Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the smoker. Now, the smoker was invented by T.F. Bingham, and what he used at the beginning was actually a fire pot with a funnel on top of it. Well, let's get into it. Okay, parts of the smoker. We have the top, which you can open. You have the hook, which you can hang off the side of the hive. We typically set it on the ground next to the hive. I would not hang this off your belt, but you can. This little guard will keep you from getting burned, as long as your fingers or anything else doesn't get inside the guard. The bellows here feeds air to the fire. The clip is there just for compacting it and putting it away for the day. You don't want your bellows getting cut while it's in transport, so go ahead and re-secure it. Last part of the smoker is the stand. When you first buy your smoker, the legs will not be kicked out, but you just use your finger or use a flat tip screwdriver. Go ahead and push this thing so that it stands on its own, and what's going to happen is all the kindling that you put into the smoker here will sit on top, and there'll be a gap for air. If you look in your smoker, you will see that there's a hole in the back here. That's where the bellows fills air, and then it will go under your stand. What does the smoke do? Number one, you want to have cooler smoke. And what does that mean? When you go to puff and you put your hand in front of it, which I would encourage you to do, you should be able to feel a difference. If you put wood chips in there and start puffing it and put your hand in front, it may be a little warm. Put some grass on top of it and then put your hand in front. The grass will smother the flames and create your smoke, so your ashes inside the smoker will continue to burn hot, but the grass on top or burlap, whatever you put on top, will slowly burn, causing a lot of smoke. You put your hand in front, you can feel that it's cool to the touch. Well, it's cool to the feel, and then you can use it on your bees. If you use hot smoke, that will entice the bees to some defensive action. You don't really want to encourage the bees to get hot. You don't want them coming after you, pinging the people in the neighborhood, and possibly stinging folks. You also don't want them to get so uncomfortable that they decide to abscond. Bees do abscond. They will leave the hive and go find a better place to live. Smoker's pretty easy. What we do is we put pine needles into the bottom, and then we'll get those nice and hot, fired up, and then we'll stick some sawdust on top, and then finally a couple wood chippings once the pine needles and the sawdust really catch flames and keep going. The wood chippings will then smother, and then it'll be cooler air. The whole point is step one, get a fire going. Get it nice and hot, get embers. Step two, start burning something a little more solid. Let that get hot, flames. Step three, add your ingredients to smother. And then at that point, you don't want a flame anymore, you just want smoke. Okay? In this next part, we're going to show you how we do it, step by step. Hope you enjoy. And what we're going to do is put some kindling in there. So we just reach to the middle of the bucket here, and we'll fill a little bit in there. And then I'm just going to grab a small chunk of wood, put it in there. Boom. That way your hand's out of the way. You're getting it nice and hot.
So what you want to see is a flame. Once flames start coming out, give it little puffs. You'll start seeing more flames, good sign. What you want is high flames coming out of there, and then you would smother it with your kindling to make the smoke. So I'm going to keep adding some more kindling a little bit at a time, get the flames going. So you want to just keep pumping, get those flames nice and high. Hopefully you can capture that on the camera. Flames nice and high. Once you have that going, go ahead and take your kindling and put out your fire. There you go. I was missing the flame a little bit. Let me take that out. Stuff like this that comes off your table saw when you're cutting real small pieces, just crunch it up, put it in the top. And what you want to do is start puffing again on this thing. The more you pump, the more you're feeding that heat at the bottom, some oxygen, and the more smoke you're going to get. If you're doing this practical, you want to be almost obnoxious with it, okay? Try and make sure you prove the point that yes, I can create smoke, as we're doing here. It's burning my eyes a little bit. Once you start burning your eyes a little bit, go ahead, take it, close this thing up. Now that it's closed, I give it a couple pumps, short pumps, and then longer pumps. So the short pumps are because there's still kindling in there and you'll see it try and come out because of the air that you're pushing in. If you do the short pumps, it comes up but not out the hole. It drops back into a spot that's out of the way of the air, and then you can do big pumps and you're good to go. Make sure your cap is sealed properly. You might have some kindling on the outside because I just drop it all over. And then this will last you the entire inspection. The only thing that you have to do once you get to this point, if you're using smoke or not, for your practical, is walk over and give it just a couple pumps. You don't even have to point it at nothing, but just to keep that heat and oxygen flowing through your smoker. All it's doing is slowly burning kindling in there, and it'll stay lit. Now, if you go 5-10 minutes and you don't pump this, it's gonna burn out. I mean, it just cools down way too quick. So just do 1 or 2 frames and then just come over and give it a little pump. 1 or 2 frames, come over, give it a little pump. If you're using it, then you're good. Another tip is if you're pumping it, you should be able to put your hand over it and get a feel for the heat that's coming out. It should be cool. You're not trying to blast your bees with hot air, okay? You're just trying to get cool air. Plus, smoking your hands, if you are not wearing gloves and you're trying to be brave and show that you can just use bare hands, which I give a thumbs up to that. I do it on occasion, depending on time of year, but smoking your hands will keep them from stinging you. It's not 100%, it's kind of like anything else in the world. It's just a technique that you can use to try and prevent being stung. Also, if you have been stung just once and you want to continue, go ahead and give your smoker a couple pumps with your hand or whatever the part is, like if it's a leg, smoke that. it masks the banana smell, which is the alarm pheromone that the bees put off whenever they sting. So you can mask it. It's not going to prevent it completely, but it gives you an opportunity to continue your inspection. That's it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. We're trying to do some short ones for winter so we can get them out there and keep your attention. Most new beekeepers will watch these long 20-minute videos, and we have a couple of these too. So if you want to check those out, Beginner Beekeepers Must Watch, and a few others that will take you step by step through every part of the inspection, step by step through all the gear. What we're doing here is just some winter wisdom. Let's refresh on what a smoker does. Let's refresh on what you put in it. Let's refresh on how to start it. I do want to throw out there, just because the bees like a certain living plant does not mean they're going to like it when you burn the plant. Okay? So, example for that, lavender. Yes, bees love lavender. Goldenrod. Bees love goldenrod. Sunflowers. We love goldenrod again. And sunflowers. But when you burn them, bees don't like that. They don't like the smell of those items burning. What we typically go for, pine needles, sawdust, and wood chippings. And that will last your entire inspection. It won't burn out. You'll be good to go. Just keep puffing it every now and then. All right. Don't forget to check out our store. Everything that you purchase from the store will eventually go back to the bees. So all that money that doesn't go into our pockets per se, it goes into a little fund to help out the bees. So that's getting us some Varroa treatments. It's getting us new materials to make bee boxes, and it's getting sugar syrup, that sort of thing, so we can continue to make these videos and have healthy bees. All right, guys, check out our blog, check out our Facebook, follow us on social media, hit like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell for notification. You know, all those things that, the video makes you do. Please do that, and have a great day. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about